Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated. It comes to something when you can't support your own government, and it comes to something when you're supporting a foreign government, in this case the American government, for protecting our freedoms in a way that our government should be doing. This is what I want to get into in this video, and that's the topic up for discussion. The Trump administration has banned 2 Britons and a former European Union commissioner from American soil for curbing free speech. This statement was put out by, I think her name is Sarah Rogers, yesterday. Let's just have a look now. Under Secretary of State Sarah B. Rogers. Today, the US has issued sanctions reinforcing the red line she invoked on GB News, namely the extraterritorial censorship of Americans. The sanctions today target non-government organisation ecosystems. Alright? Basically, Keir Starmer, Ofcom, is overreaching badly. Not only are they curtailing my free speech and your free speech and trying to frighten people into silence, they are also going after non-British citizens. Remember what happened to the Irish comedian Graham Linehan? He said some spicy things in America, was detained upon arrival into the United Kingdom. He's an Irish citizen, by the way, not a British citizen, and they arrested him, armed police arrested him, and he was later found not guilty. This is what we're dealing with, and this is what Trump and his administration are trying to prevent. Now, there's 5 people in total so far that have been banned, and we're going to get into this in a bit more detail now. Predictably, Emmanuel Macron and the European Union have condemned this action from the Trump administration for actually putting sanctions in place to try to keep free speech alive for Americans, at least. That's quite funny. I do find that quite funny, to be fair. We're going to get into the article now. Donald Trump's State Department has announced it's going to be prohibiting 5 European individuals from entering the United States, accusing them of spearheading campaigns to coerce American technology companies into suppressing US viewpoints. Secretary of State Marco Rubio declined to identify those affected by name, instead describing them as radical activists and weaponized non-government organizations who had violated a visa policy introduced in May, targeting foreigners responsible for censoring protected speech in America. For too long, ideologues in Europe have led organized efforts to coerce American platforms to punish American viewpoints they oppose, Rubio said. The Trump administration will no longer tolerate these egregious acts of extraterritorial censorship. Based? That's really good. Let's just see now. The identity of those barred were subsequently released by Sarah B. Rogers, the Undersecretary of State for Public Diplomacy, through a series of social media posts. Among them is Thierry Breton, a former European Union Commissioner who oversaw the digital affairs, alongside Imran Ahmed, a nice European name, I'm sure you'll agree, who serves as a chief executive of the Centre for Countering Digital Hate. This is the non-government organisation, this is the Quango set up by Two-tier Keir to make sure me and you are not allowed to say online things that we all know that are true. They want us to say that the sky is red and the sun is yellow. Well, it is actually yellow. The sun is green, and, just go along and dance to their tune. It's not going to happen. The 2 leaders of Hate Aid, a German organisation focused on combating online hatred, were also named, Josephine Ballon and Anna-Lena von Honderberg. Claire Melford, who heads the Global Disinformation Index, completes the list of 5 individuals now facing entry restrictions to America. Let me go on to this. According to Mr. Rubio's statement, the 5 individuals advanced government censorship campaigns targeting Americans and US companies, creating what he described as potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the nation. This move forms part of a broader administration effort to combat foreign interference over online discourse, deploying immigration law as its primary tool rather than platform regulations or sanctions. Under the Immigration and Nationality Act, those targeted face a general prohibition on entering the United States, with officials noting that individuals already present in the country could be potentially subjected to removal proceedings. Administration officials indicated that the list could be expanded, and this is merely going to be the start, in my view, and could be expanded should face similar foreign actions persist in the future. This is the opening shot across the bows from the Trump administration, and this is probably why the trade deal that America was going to do with Britain has been postponed because of concerns on free speech. I'm glad somebody in the world is fighting our corner. It comes to something when you cannot depend on your own government to protect your rights. They don't want us to have a jury. They don't want us to have elections. They don't even want us to be able to complain about it. So we're going to get into a few short video clips now from the Secretary of State, the Undersecretary, Sarah Rogers. I'm going to play the clips now.
State for Public Diplomacy, I oversee America's diplomatic engagement with foreign publics, including the online public. And I'm in the United Kingdom because our two countries share great foundational freedoms that helped shape the post-war order to our benefit, that helped defeat communism to our benefit, and that birthed the system of self-government we enjoy. But those freedoms are in danger now because of a temptation to censor the internet. And I'm here to speak against that and to urge Brits, whom I know share America's fundamental desire to be a free society, to join us in that and help welcome new technology in a way that innovates through the current problems we're seeing in the communications sphere, rather than trying to put that innovation back in the bottle and censor everything.
So that's the first clip. And now the second clip is more informative. So we're going to play that clip now.
Online Safety Act. And I emphasized this earlier, but I want to say it again. It's misguided and unfortunate to apply that law in Britain, but applying that law extraterritorially, which means applying it to speech that has nothing to do with Britain, does not occur in Britain, is on American platforms by American users on American political issues, purporting to censor Americans in America is a deal breaker. It is a non-starter. It is a red line. And that's what Ofcom has tried to do with the Online Safety Act, and that's one reason the American government is concerned.
Okay, but will your government then take legal action against Ofcom if they try and overreach in the way you've described?
Well, there's already formal action proposed. There is a bill before the House called the Granite Act that would amend an existing statute to clarify that as a matter of American public policy, any penalties imposed by Ofcom are unenforceable against American companies. So our legislature will likely consider that, and we'll certainly consider other options if indeed the British government insists upon trying to nullify a First Amendment on American soil with respect to American companies.
So the situation is okay. The situation we've got is Google and other American companies like Twitter, X, they could withdraw from Britain. That's possible. That's as plausible. So we're going to end this clip here. It comes to something when you agree with the American policy against your own government to protect our freedom. I think, short of incitement to violence, you should be able to say anything. It's like if you disagree with my channel, you don't have to watch. It doesn't mean you have to call the police to say, well, I've been offended, or I feel. That is the crucial word. Feel this platform or this channel is hateful. It's all about perception. This is the whole point. This is why they're scrapping non-kind hate crimes, because it's about perception. It's not about actual harm. One of the first things I was ever taught in school was ignore words, they can't hurt you, essentially. What happened to that? Literally, what the hell happened to that? Words are nothing. Violence is violence. Words are words. Keep them separate. It shouldn't be a crime. This is all because the crumbling regime, that is the EU, and it's the communists in number 10, and in the broader Western world, they are terrified that their time is coming to an end, and all they can do is double down and regulate us some more to try to frighten regular people to shut up. It's not going to work. The genie is out of the bottle. Now, if you agree with Trump and his policy to ban these midwits from America, You let me know. Do you think this list is going to be expanded? Was this the Christmas present that you wanted? I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, I appreciate your time. Like and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good Christmas. Thank you.